Hi guys, Ronan here from Old Irish Gaming. Today we're going to have a look at beachfront properties and islands, have a look at tile prices and exotic locations. So stay tuned and we'll get stuck into the details of it. Okay, so for this one guys we're going to have a look at islands and beachfront property. And I have a few areas we're going to look at. The first one being Madagascar, and here we are. Madagascar is just off the African coast, and This is a pretty big island, obviously. Uh, and let's get straight down to it. Let's get a satellite image on it, and side with beaches. Nice beachy area there. These are running at 72 cents a tile, so a bit of value there. I'll just put that in my notes so we can have the. We'll do a bit of a comparison there when we get through the video. What do we see about a populated area? That's I'm surprised that entire area seems to be little or nobody. There's no property bought, no tiles bought. We'll just a quick look here and see is there any tiles bought around this area. No. So there's plenty of kind of beachfront areas there, areas on the sea. There's lots of potential there in Madagascar. Let's see if we can find a populated area. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you what the capital of Madagascar is. That might be the biggest city there. Mayo. I'm kind of guessing it is. So let's have a look at that. Mayo. Oh yeah, well there's an airport. So yeah, we're into a pretty big city when you see an airport. Bring up the satellite. Yeah, there's remarkably little bought on Madagascar. Jeez, this could be the tip of the day here. There is certainly plenty. Oh yeah, there's a little bit as you move down along into the urban area. Little bit bought, but definitely there's plenty of opportunity to get in there. Um, let's go back up. Have a look near the airport. Where was the airport? Bear with me, bear with me. There it is. Let's have a look around the airport area. Yeah, okay, it's quite a small airport certainly, but yeah, there is ample space to buy. We'll work our way back towards the coastline. Yeah, so there's perfect spots here if you think about it for coastlines. Yeah, so that's our first one. That's Madagascar. So let's go back to map. Let's scroll on out. And the next one I want to have a look at is the Comoros Islands, which are here. And I think these are volcanic islands, which they are. And again, there's a bit of a, I don't want to say a conspiracy theory, but there's certainly a little bit of talk going around in the R2 community about volcanoes are going to create some type of essence or some type of resource, which is interesting. So this is a volcanic island here. And it seems to be, it is an inhabited island. So what we see, certainly there's more interest here than the last one by the looks of it. Can we get a tile price? 75 cents per tile. Comoros Islands. So 75 cents, and there is a lot of it bought up. Yeah. Wow. I see great big Canadian blocks in a lot of the places I look at. There's obviously somebody or some company or some group in Canada that buy fairly big swathes of these things. So yeah, we can definitely see here on the Comoros Islands, this particular island, that there's nearly all the beachfront property is gone. What do we see is the actual volcano bought. This could be interesting. Yeah. And again, that kind of ties into the whole thing of volcanoes in the game, as to what purpose they're going to serve, geotherm or resource or fuel, I don't know. But we definitely see a lot of the places we look at, volcanoes are, kind of high demand. Yeah, that like, nearly the entire volcano is gone here. There's a couple of gaps here. There's a couple of gaps here on the east side. So if you wanted to get in there, if you think that's going to be a big thing, you could stake your claim. That's for sure. Okay, let's move on, onwards and upwards, as to say. Let's go back to the map. The next one is Mayonet Island. Mayoet Island. I think there's very little bought on this one. Let's have a look at satellite. There is some urbanized areas, so this looks like it could be a capital area. It's always good to see an airport. You kind of know then it's the capital. It's quite a big island. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at some beachfront. Price, firstly. Price is, $5.20 a tile. $5.20. Wow. That is, that's a lot more expensive than you would expect when we look at the last two. Let's see, can we find the capital area here? It's more kind of a village or town area. This seems to be the most built up area. So let's have a look at this and see, is there much of it sold? No. Like, that's the unusual thing when you look at this particular island. $5.20 a tile, and there's, little or none of it sold. Yeah, compare that to Madagascar at 72 cents or the Comoros Islands at 75 cents. Why is this one $5.20? You could hardly say it's demand. Or if it is, I just don't see why it is. And again, yeah, there is loads of property there if you wanted expensive beachfront property. So yeah, okay, that's that one. So let's move on. Glorioso Island is the next one we're going to have a quick look at, if I can find it. There we are. See the airport. It's always a good sign. Let's get the satellite in this one. There seems to be little on this island, except that I'm sure it's not an airport, so it's a landing strip probably. Yeah, so this is a really small island with a landing strip. And price-wise, we are talking about $5.20. So yeah, that is again unusual, I would think. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me why some of these islands are so expensive. Okay, well this one we see much more demand. Yeah. One of our American brethren have bought the entire coastline on this, I would think. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that makes more sense. You can say, well, okay, you're pushing the price up. But that last one, Mayoet Island, I don't know why. Very little bought. So yeah, this Glorioso Island, all the beachfront is gone. Cool little island, looks great. Good idea. Something nice to look at. So let's have a look at another one. The Seychelles, which would be quite well known. And I think this is an entire band of islands. It's not just one or two. This makes up a lot of small islands in the Indian Ocean, and Victoria is the capital. Let me see now if we can find it. I think one of these here might be it. There is a airport or landing strip. I'm not sure if this is one of the Seychelles Islands. Well, this one now is certainly in demand for a small island. And the price on this one is 44 cents. I think this is one of the Seychelles because I was looking at some of them earlier and they all seem to be in around the 44 cents mark. So you would think that is a better buy. Oh, Victoria, here we go. So here is the biggest island of the Seychelles. Yeah, and this is popular, you know. This is, as I said, the biggest island. Seychelles would be quite well known, I guess. The price there is 44 cents. You would kind of presume there is more value in this than you know, some of the more expensive ones. You're kind of hoping these ones that start off cheap, you know, will have bigger growth, exponential growth, and there is a lot of interest here. So that's certainly one you could consider for your beachfront property, or when we start building onto this game, your beachfront home or whatever it is we're going to build in the long run. Seychelles is certainly one to consider. I think that's a pretty good one. Oh, thought my screen had gone. So that's the Seychelles. That is the big island, Victoria, the capital. Let's have a look at the Maldives, if we can find it. The old server seems to have slowed down a little bit. Maldives. Again, I think this is a number of small islands. I think Malé is the capital. There's an airport of some description. Let's get a satellite on this. Oh, okay. So this is quite an urban looking area. Cool place. Place I'd like to visit. We have, yeah, and it's a fairly substantial airport. It looks like, you know, quite a big runway. And obviously then there's a lot of boats and everything else. There's certainly a lot of interest in this one. As we can see, there is lots of property bought. Yeah, nice place. Price wise, we are talking $115 per tile, which is not bad. $115 on the Maldives. There's a place I must put in my bucket list when the COVID is over. Go and see the Maldives. Be a nice place to spend some time by the looks of it. Quite developed. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Here slightly. This is not a travel show. Okay, let's go. Our next one is Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka, of course, well, when we talk about islands, Sri Lanka is, you know, really big. It has the size. I don't know. Colombo is the capital of Sri Lanka. If I can find it, and there it is. Let's go and have a look at Colombo. Let's get our satellite on so we can see what's actually there. Yeah, Colombo's quite urbanized, built up. So we have certainly some interest. I see plenty of flags. What kind of price are we talking about? We are talking about 61 cents a tile. Sri Lanka, 61 cents. There is certainly some interest around Colombo. This could be a place now, you know, if you wanted, if you think beachfront islands, if you think that's going to be the big thing in the long run, you could certainly do a bit of that. I can't quite read the name on this. Something.com. That's one way to advertise. Good man. Some nice beachfront areas there. A lot of it bought, yeah. But certainly you could get in there and stake a claim someplace. So that's a nice one. That is Sri Lanka. I think we will move on and have a look at the Atlantic Ocean area. So basically we're going to go the other side of Africa. We're going to go east. East. The first one I have is Cape Verde. If of course I can find it. Cape Verde. There we are. Cape Verde. Paria is the capital. There's our airport. Let's get the satellite on. It looks cool. There's another place you could put in your Earth 1 travel list for sure. A bit of interest here, yeah, I see a few flags. Price wise, we are talking about 52 cents a tile for Cape Verde. Let's see, is there any beachfront areas? Some of our Italian friends have been buying up the beachfront. Ooh, big blocks gone there. Yeah, there's certainly interest here in this one. Yeah, yeah, definitely. A lot of interest there, a lot of interest. I'm sure if we went around the island, you still would find some nice beachfront areas. So, it's that's one worth considering. I think at 52 cents a tile, you know, it's not ridiculous money. So we've two left. I don't want to get the video too long. I'm trying to keep them relatively short, but of course they always run over somewhat. Sao Tome, which I seen earlier. Sao Tome and Principe. Let's see now. Sao Tome capital. Let's get our satellite so we can have a look at it in real life. Oh, wow, yeah, there's a lot of interest here. Huge blocks are bought up. Price, we are talking about 38 cents. It's a bit of value there now if you're thinking about island living, if you think, you know, there's going to be something in it in that regard. But there is, look, there's huge the demand. It's nearly all gone. Even way out into the ocean here they've bought up. That's interesting. Now, why is that one so popular and why is the price so low? I do at times wonder what kind of mechanism to use in this game to value some of this property. You know, we looked at Mayo Island and Glorioso Island, 520 a pop, and you kind of go, wow, that's expensive. And then you look at like of here, Sao Tome and Principe, and that's 38 cents a pop. And there seems to be a huge amount of demand on the island, you know. Can't figure it out. Doesn't make sense to me. If somebody can explain it to me, throw it into the comments or leave a link to a video. Just seems strange, you know. But yeah, that's it for what it is. Yeah, that's a pretty nice one. Great looking island. That might be one if you want a little bit of island living in the long run. And the last one then is San Helena. Okay, and San Helena, there we are. I think there's a couple of islands here. San Helena, Ascension and Tristan de Cunha. Pardon my pronunciation. I'm sure I'm butchering it. This is Jamestown, I'm presuming. Let's get the satellite, have a look at it. Yeah, not a whole lot of people here. Cool place all the same. Looks cool. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, there is a bit of interest here for sure. Let's get a tile price. Tile price is running at 35 cents, and there is certainly lots of interest. Why? I don't know. And you would expect with all this area bought up that you know, the unit price would be much higher. Okay, there's still some here. We've gone into a kind of a blank area here, so if you wanted to buy coastline, or it looks like kind of maybe a big granite sheet or something, you could still get in there. Yeah, so that's an interesting one. That's San Helena. San Helena Island. So yeah, there's a couple of islands there, guys, to think about. Again, if you're into the whole idea of island living, developing something on the islands and Earth 2. Let's have a quick recap of the prices there that we looked at. We looked at Madagascar first at 72 cents. We looked at the Comoros Islands at 75 cents. We looked at Mayo Island at 520. And the same for Glorioso Island, 520. I don't know why they're so high. It seems very expensive. Seychelles was 44 cents. That's something I think, you know, maybe on Friday. Obviously Friday I'm going to do a little bit of buying. I think I'm going to buy a little bit of the Seychelles. I like that. It's a popular place. It's well known. It's developed. I think that's an interesting one. Maldives, 115. bit of interest there, and again, it'll be quite well known. Sri Lanka, I think, might be a good bet. 61 cents. There's a lot of interest. A lot of stuff was bought there around Colombo. We looked at Cape Verde. 52 cents each. Good bit of interest. Again, I think that's a good buy. Sao Tome and Principe, 38 cents. And there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of it sold. 38 cents. Yeah, surely it's got to be worth throw a few dollars, a few euros in, get a few just to see how it goes. And the last one we looked at then was San Helena at 35 cents. And again, lots of interest, You would presume there would be more expensive because a lot of the property is being bought up or has been bought up. And that's it. That's our island video for today. Gives us a look at Earth 2, a few islands. Next week I will do more islands and I'll do more country profiles, and we'll kind of look at demand and pricing on it. I think there's a couple of interesting ones today. If you're into that, I think you could get some hopefully value there, and we'll make some money on it in the long run. As always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me, and I will see you tomorrow for a new video. And if there's videos you want to see or something some question you want answered, throw it into the comments and I will certainly try and research it and answer it for you. And other than that, see you tomorrow. This is Ronan signing off from Old Irish Gaming.